Last video we worked on getting him better about this flag, and we got a little better. We got the wool pad on him. It's been sitting there. He hasn't had anything done with him for those many days, so I highly doubt that any of this carried over. But as you can see, I'm not in the picture here. Now I finally picked me up. I doubt that anything carried over. There's a little bit. Try to stay in the frame. There. So he's going to have a little more not leeway and freedom, but I guess it is, than if he was older and spoiled and coming to me and, you know, to be in training. And I don't really feel like being pulled on, so I've got my saddle horse tacked up, mostly because she carried my saddle from the other arena because I was too lazy to carry it. I don't think I'll need it. I'd like to just kind of do some things in here. I don't really want this hand to be what shapes him up. I want him to just kind of understand he needs to move a certain way around me. Excuse the airplane flying over. Keep going, bud. And I'm probably going to take a little more time today because I want to keep him in frame. One, and I might not even be in frame. I want to keep him in the camera frame. And two, if we do get him saddled today, then he can go wherever he wants to in here. But two, I don't really, it's the end of the day on Sunday, and I don't really feel like getting drug around on too terrible much. Okay, how are we about this boy? Now that's better, but I approached him a lot softer there than I have been. And I might have to shut this video off if this person comes in with a trailer, but I don't think I'll have to. Much better. Alright, so let's see. Let's shift to this side. Kind of got in my way there. See, there's still a little grabbiness. So it's better. Definitely better. It is not 100% yet. He's curious about it. That doesn't bother him. Too terrible bad. Let's check out this side over here. Go all the way around. Go all the way around, boy, so they can see this side. Come this way. See the tightness? So I'm just going to hang in here, even though he's kind of fleeing the scene. Good. When he thinks about stopping, I'll quit. It was by no means good. Drive him here, touch him here. Drive him here, touch him here. Touch him here, touch him here. Good. Hind quarters here, front quarters here. There's our reaching. Right front needs to reach. Good. Right front needs to reach. Good. I kind of want him to set there. Move his weight back and reach. And I'll reach up and touch him. What are you doing? Yeah, but it's microphone, so it's not going to be able to hear you. No, you'll have to go look in those drawers and stuff. I haven't had a chance to look. I think it's in a bag in there. Okay. Fix the dirt. See how it's still not fixed? Fix the dirt that was all wadded up. Okay, I'll see ya. Come back over here, try to get in frame a little bit. See, he's kind of tuning me out, and that's why he startled. I know that flag jumped him in there, but if he was paying attention to it, it wouldn't be such a big deal. And I tell you what, I got finishing up that last video when it's pretty nice to be out here, not, having anybody coming around or somebody filming me, having their own agenda or wanting to see things shape up a certain way, or just kind of let things happen. I know it took a long time and we only got to where we got, but I think a lot of it's come through. I like to see this body a little softer and his ribs. I think a lot of it got better. But right now he's traveled around this past 5 minutes with his mind elsewhere. And then I'm just the horse in the middle. That's my tail swishing, saying, "Hey, you might want to get your mind on me." because I'd like, even right here, his body to bend more, his neck to bend more. I'm approaching at his flank. I don't want him to speed up. I want him to round out, and there's his two inside track feet. I want his inside hind to track up at a minimum in between his two front feet. Mostly I'd really like it to track up next to his outside front foot. That would keep me from having to pull on him. Let's see, he'll round out and then he'll straighten. He'll round out and then he'll straighten. He'll round out and then he'll straighten. And I'll just say, hey, why don't we get this a little better, bud? And if you notice, I noticed it, but I wasn't too worried about it till I watched the video. And he really protects himself with this hind end. I'm gonna give him a little more to think about there, because he's getting heavier on this thing. Now straighten. See, he's at an angle to me. Good. That horse across the neighbor's fence got his attention. See, he stepped good, and then I completely lost the mind there if I'm still in frame. All right, let's actually go through our gears here, see what he does when he canters. It's not how I want him to canter. I'm going to try to do a lot of this on the ground. A lot of this I would do horseback, just because if he's going to hit the end of this, I'd rather not be on the end of it like that. See, that's just running off, all of it. So when the pressure came up with the flag saying I need you to travel, that was good. When the pressure came up saying I need more life out of you, you see what's happened. Now that can get better doing other things. Now we're kind of not really entertaining him. So I'm going to pick up my rhythm here. See, he needs to learn to find the end of that. And I'm giving him the chance right there and there. See, he doesn't find the end of it. You might want to get your mind in the game, bud. You might want to get your mind in the game. Okay, so he sees that other horse over there. Here you go. Thank you. He sees that other horse over there. And I think so far I haven't been entertaining enough to him. Good. To warrant his attention. So I'm going to do some other things that kind of just get his feet moving more. And at the same time, we'll see, and a lot of this you wouldn't see as much if it wasn't in a round pen. I don't want him to hit the end of that, but he'll start feeling that weight of that as it starts getting tight, like there, see? And then I don't want him to drag on it. So I'm not going to beg him or let him just pull me around like a surfboard or like a, if I was skiing or something behind a boat or a kite. I don't want any more tension than that. Any more tension than that. There. That was nice. And come on. Give me your head just like you just did. I'll work this in the shoulder here and get the head. Work this in the shoulder here and get the head. Work it in his shoulder. I want his head. That was nice. Here. Lead out here, lead out here, lead out here, lead out here. See, you would watch that and you would think that I startled him, but it actually is that his mind is not thinking about his feet traveling. Now that was nice. He's actually wanting to go somewhere. But his mind, when I said go, and he jumped in, see, that's better. Good, I'll give him a little break for that. So when his mind was kind of stuck there and he says, well, it's just like when you're talking to somebody and they're looking you right in the face and then you're like, what did I say to you? And they are like, what? And they haven't heard a word that you've said. Okay, so that's me saying, if you don't want that to happen, the answer is just move your feet and move your feet with life. But granted, I think I'm pretty well through. I think we can get him tacked up without any problems. Not through by any means, but he's 100% better about this flag coming in and touching him. We'll try it again before we get going. I think I'm just going to tack him up with that. See, all I'm getting is the head elevating now, and I'd like for it to be that the head doesn't go anywhere. There, he shied a little bit. There, I'm saying, ooh, well, you might want to be in the game. He's like, oh, gosh. I'm worried about that horse tied over there. I can't believe that this human wants me in the game so much. There's our sigh of whatever you want to call it. All right, how's this going to go, boy? See, it's all signs he wants to leave. So we need to say, I think being here might be better. Now you rounded out nice there. I'm going to approach this hip and say, how about we work on this a little bit? We need to work on this hip coming under. We're going to need that. Now, I don't really like that. And the reason that it looks so sporadic is because he's confused on how to use himself. There's mine's outside my circle, not thinking about me. I don't want him to plant his front end and throw his hind end around. I want him to athletically reach underneath his navel with his inside hind. I want him to reach his front leg out this way. You're behind me. He's confused. There, he's got it. I want you to reach. I like how he kind of shifts there and then there. Even though he went back, I'd like for him to shift his weight back and then reach. I'm going to let my lead rope feed a little bit here, and then I'm going to quit walking. He's hit the end of it now. I'm going to block here. I'm going to finish by telling him, face your body, now back your body, back that right inside front. Good. I'll pet you here. I'll pet you here. See, I kind of had a weird step with that left foot, and see, he turned and guarded himself. My left foot stepped weird. and it really troubled him. I kind of stepped down in a hole. I'm gonna say, hey. See, now eventually, what I want him to do when he gets afraid is just do this: travel his hind around his front. That'll help me. That'll help me in future things here. Especially if I get him tacked up. See there, he thought too much forward, and before I got after him, he lined his body out to travel forward. There, good. He lined his body out to head straight out of dodge, and that'd be no different than if I put a leg on. My legs, how I ride, aren't gas pedals in the end. I'd rather just kind of lay my leg on and then go forward. If I put my leg back, that means to move his hip over. Doesn't mean to go forward. See, he's not totally cool about this, but he's definitely better than he was. And that's probably the best